Hey everybody, welcome to my video blog. My name is Stef. The problem with Node.js. So I'm recording this in late May 2016. And so let's talk about Node.js. Node.js, in case you don't know, is a new, fairly popular JavaScript server-side environment or server-side engine. Node will basically compete with Django and Ruby on Rails and PHP Laravel. Not quite. On top of Node, you use another MVC, well, not another, but an MVC framework called express.js, and there are others. And it's a very fast moving area of web development in terms of the fact that the technology is evolving very quickly. So the main problem with Node.js these days is that it is immature. It is immature and things are moving fast and it's quite messy. And my recommendation at this point in time is to use Node.js for simple things. Create a microservice with it, maybe something that you need that's asynchronous, meaning you need some fast-moving data like a chat app or something. But I will not use it as the backbone of your main app yet, unless you are okay with highly evolving and somewhat experimental technology. You'd be much better off using something that's tried and true for now, whether that would be something Python-based like Django or PHP-based like Laravel or Ruby on Rails, or if you want to get really heavy-duty, Java. There you go. That's very interesting. So would I use Java now to build a brand new web app? No. And you got to understand, I'm a huge Java user in the past. That was my main language in the late 90s, early 2000s. And in fact, I had written my own MVC framework, not nearly as sophisticated as Spring and so on, but nonetheless quite a lightweight framework using POJOs, plain old Java beans, and servlets and JSPs, and it worked really well for the type of projects I was building. So back to Node.js, sorry, digression there. So the problem with Node is that it's still very early in its lifespan, and in time it will mature. The packages, I think the package manager knows NPM. I'm not a Node user or expert. I played around with the very basics of it, but I have a good friend of mine who developed a key part of his app in Node. So he used Node just for the chat app, for the messaging, because it's super fast in that regard. But in terms of the main app, he's still using PHP Laravel as the main core of the app, if you will. And I would suggest the same right now. And if you look out on the web, you're going to see people experimenting. And this whole problem with new technologies coming about and young nerds coming out there trying to use it and going, oh, this is amazing. And then they find out it's got all kinds of holes and all kinds of problems. And that's fine. If you're willing to deal with those problems, that's cool. But you have to understand that when you're in production and you got to put out work and you're getting paid for that work, it's kind of silly to have to deal with some immature product, Depends what you want to do. Are you in the business of maturing an immature product, or are you in the business of producing an app for your clients or for yourself? So there you go. The problem with Node is that it is still immature. I've seen this time and time again. New technologies come out, and at first there's problems with them. They show promise. Some of them fall into oblivion, and some come out and do very well. So I would be reticent. I would be cautious. I don't know if reticent is the right word. Anyway, I would be cautious to jump into Node just because it's still young. It's not a shot on it. It's just still young. And you can get everything you want done with other very well established, mature frameworks. That's it. Ciao.